Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Anipop podcast. I am your host, Jaden Day0, and with me are your awesome, fantastic, exquisite co-host, Maruitsuki and the Lucky Duelist. How are you guys for this week?
It's been alright. There's been a lot of snow and stuff.
Bruh, yeah, no
and
kidding.
yeah, geez, it's been pretty hectic in all sorts of places. But I mean, I'm just ready for the weekend. I just want to sleep in and whatnot. So
Yeah,
that's one thing for sure.
it reminds me of the whole the day after tomorrow thing going on right now because a lot of people are making those jokes.
It's just tomorrow.
Yeah,
I saw that.
right.
Yeah. No,
All the snow melted here, and then like the day after, you guys got a load, and I find that really strange. Like we
wow,
lost it all, and then you got it.
yeah, it's all the
It just-
Take our secondhand snow.
freaking
Right.
Brits giving us the snow. I'm just kidding.
How bad is it? Like, or how bad does it get over there in the UK?
It's not usually like too bad. Like it gets dangerous to drive, and people fall over. I fell over once this year, which is less than usual. And in 2009, we had it really bad, where like I couldn't go to school for like weeks because of it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Although it was optional, I just didn't go because it would have been dangerous to have to drive.
Mhm.
So I got back, and the day after, they were like, "Oh, hey, you missed all this," and it was everyone in the class except me
Bruh.
building igloos and making snowmen. And
Wow.
having all this fun, and I was stuck at home.
Wow.
Rip. Hey, at least you get to sleep in your comfy bed while they had to like
Exactly.
suffer through the cold and stuff. So
Imagine that you have an 8-year-old boy, and he's just like, "Hey, sorry, I missed all the snow," and then they're like, "Yeah, you missed all this fun too."
bruh.
Hey, at least you're at home cozy and stuff, so
Mhm.
True.
it's
But,
better
you
than...
For the last like almost a year, I've been home cozy because of the pandemic as well. So
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I just want to go outside.
yeah, it's
no
okay.
kidding. Same. I'm sure a lot of people are too. So
Yeah.
But aside from being going insane from being inside, I'm okay, and I'm looking forward to this episode of the Anipop podcast.
yeah, because this is the episode you suggest, or at least Ducky's the one who like came up with the topic for this week. So, which is
Yes.
comedy.
Yeah.
In like anime, right?
Because
Yeah.
the comedy genre of anime, because we're all funny people.
Yeah.
Are we?
I don't know. I guess we'll see who watches
I
the
guess.
most comedic anime shows. I don't know. I'm just gonna go off on a whim that I'm probably the one that watches a lot of comedy anime shows.
Yeah, I'd say you probably watch the most.
Because I do watch a lot of slice of life shows, and usually
Mhm.
those are associated with those kinds of shows. So I don't know. Because of that, I think I should go last in terms of like what I've watched and all that kind of stuff. Like
He's like, I'm just better than you guys. so-
exactly. I know exactly.
last,
I want to
guys.
give you peasants some time to talk.
Wow,
You know?
you just called us peasants, bro. What happened to be your co-host?
I meant
Wow.
co-peasants.
Wow. God. Even worse.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad, guys. Don't worry. Like, if you're listening
Okay.
to this, I'm not as bad as they seem.
He's even worse. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, totally.
His ego doesn't fill a room quite yet.
Oh. But I guess you can go first, Ducky. Like, what kind of like comedy shows have you seen in terms of anime?
So I was saying to Maru earlier, like when we just got on VC, that I've noticed comedy is a weird genre where a lot of shows that are pure comedy don't get a dub. Like it's always comedy mixed with something else.
Yeah.
So like comedy in action or comedy in romance, for example. But like there's a few comedy shows that are just comedy that I think are fantastic.
Mhm.
So there's like Aho Girl, which is
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
this girl's really dumb.
Yeah. I suggested
great.
Maru to watch that one because I think she'd get a kick out of it.
I
I
completely
definitely
forgot
think
about
you
it.
would love it. It's great.
Yeah.
I used to watch it when I was bored in free periods at school.
Nice.
And So there's that, and Pop Team Epic is another one, but that got a dub. Thankfully.
I don't know, dude. I don't know about that one. That's kind of like a very iffy show.
I
watched it in Japanese, and then I watched the dub, and I think if you watch half an episode, it's great because they did the thing where half of the episode is voiced by females or women, sorry, and then the other half of the episode is the exact same thing voiced by men.
But they're like the seiyuu or like the voice actors of that whatever.
Every episode has different voice actors. So I think it had like 12 episodes. I'm not sure. So you would basically watch the same 12 half episodes twice, once with men, once with women. And so when I watched it, I would only watch half an episode because I didn't want to watch the same jokes twice within half an hour.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I don't. Some of the comedy in Japanese shows, just in general, because except for like I'm sure you guys seen the those comedy shows where they're like try to speak English or something on YouTube, or like they do obstacles and stuff.
Those are great.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Like those
are funny.
Yeah, like those Japanese shows are fantastic. But when it comes to comedy in a form like this right here, where they try to be funny using different voice actors and stuff and doing like jokes or something, it always misses. I think it's just Team Pop Epic for me. At least all the comedy in that show kind of misses for me. I just don't find it funny as people think it is. Like I know the meme where they flip off whatever, but it's just not funny. The show isn't funny in my opinion. I don't know, but yeah, sorry. Keep going.
I think Pop Team Epic's definitely one of those shows where it's like it's like throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, it does feel like experimental.
It's a really low ratio for this joke will do well.
Yeah.
And then other comedy shows, there's like it's comedy with, or it's something else with a comedy theme in it. So there's shows like Ghost Stories is a good comedy show.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
A lot of shows aren't defined as the comedy genre. They're sort of like action shows with comedy in it. So there's like JoJo, for example, that has a lot of good jokes in it. Like the sign language joke where they're like, okay, practice your hand signals. In their practice is just to signal your underwear is showing.
Bruh. I don't know. JoJo has a special kind of comedy, I think. It's like more of like situational comedy as opposed to
like
actual
dumb.
like kind of like that. Sure. Like it's like I don't know. It's like the situation they're in or what they do. Their actions is the comedy itself, as opposed to like verbal comedy.
I think, part 4 of JoJo, it's like this really small town setting. There's a scene in it.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There's a scene in it where Koichi goes into the class and he's like, "Hey, Josuke, I was making out with this girl," and then Josuke falls out of the window and his stand has to like lift him up. And I saw a meme of it on YouTube where someone made like the soundtrack of a Disney sitcom. And I think it shows the sort of comedy in it isn't too different. Like it's like a sitcom basically. So I think it's a lot different because a sitcom obviously would have like a laugh track and real people.
Right.
But since it's animated, they don't put laugh tracks over it. They don't have the same things as a sitcom with sort of the comedy. But it's the same sort of thing where it's something happens, that thing is funny. It's situational comedy, which is literally what sitcom means.
Right.
But, yeah. So that's the sort of comedy I like.
Is there? Do you actively like go out and look for comedy shows, or do you just accidentally like go into it thinking that it's this like kind of like JoJo, how you think it's like an action show and stuff, or shonen or whatever, and it turns out to be funny as you think it is, or just funny in general? Or do you actively like go out and search for like, oh, I want to watch a funny show or something?
When I watch a show, it's usually because I've heard it's good, or like because I've read the manga or whatever. So if I know it's a comedy, I'll go into it thinking it's a comedy. But if I've heard it's good, I'll go into it blind. Like the other night we watched The Promised Neverland for anime night,
Right.
and I was expecting the first couple of episodes to be really wholesome, and then at the end of
Psych.
yeah, exactly. At the end of I think it's the first one, it shows this like child being turned into food. And,
That's
like,
great.
You gotta
I love
spoil
that
it
scene.
for people.
That scene is so it's so artistic. There's like you can see the
Bruh.
meaning behind the crunching of the bones, and it's so exquisite. It makes me hungry too. So
Okay, so we're gonna be cutting the podcast short.
But we're gonna have to send you to counselling now.
Yeah.
oh yeah, totally.
So I think if you go into a show thinking it's comedy, it's a lot different to going into it blind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go into shows blind most of the time, and when it's comedy, it depends on the kind of comedy.
Right.
But that's me. What about you, Maru?
What?
What sort of comedy do you like?
Oh, what kind of comedy
Or at least what kind of comedy shows you've seen so far that you like?
Oh, well,
She
geez,
starts
man.
listing like The Big Bang Theory.
Bruh. Oh my god.
No.
Ew, disgusting. Okay, that's it. That's it for the podcast. Thank you for coming.
Best anime, guys.
Dude, I swear, if people start making jokes like The Big Bang Theory is the best anime, I'm gonna throw up. Like
Corey in
that's
the
just
house.
disgusting.
Make it come true, guys.
No, please don't. That's like the worst thing.
Big Bang
Sheldon
Theory is number
Kuhn.
one.
Oh my god, dude, that's so cringe.
Oh boy, it's okay, man. Just admit it. It's just good comedy.
No, it's
good
not.
Anime comedy.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
number one anime. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Animes that I've seen that's comedy. I mean, there's One Punch Man, which is pretty funny,
Oh yeah, that's
Mhm.
comedy.
pretty hilarious, I'd say. Of course, Ghost Stories. Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to just come up with the like titles because there's some that are just funny and stuff, and like you don't. It's not like doesn't really mention that it's comedy, but it's comedy.
Right. Which ones?
Yeah.
Which ones make you like? Out of every show you've seen, which one makes you laugh the most?
Ah, boy. I would have to say, what's it called? I don't want to butcher it. You know which one I'm talking about, Jay.
Which one?
What? You haven't said anything about the show.
Watamote.
Oh, Watamote?
Yeah, boy. That one cracks me up.
Oh,
It's
what's
just so dumb.
like how so?
It's just the comedy. It's just so dumb because she's so awkward. Like the main character, she's very awkward, and like she puts herself in these situations that she thinks it's the right way of doing it,
Mhm.
but she just ends up embarrassing herself or like just I don't know, and she ends up doing the dumbest thing. And she just like it's like her perspective of everyone and things like that, and the way she's trying to make herself fit in is just very interesting and very funny because it's just it
It's
comes out
hashtag
wrong.
relatable.
Yeah, it's very good anime. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And then we started watching Clanid freaking is funny. It's sad, but it's really funny because of just like the commentary and like freaking what's his name? It's the one that reminds me of Ducky.
Sonohara?
Yeah, oh my god, it's just so funny because of the like freaking way of
I'm
like
gonna have to look this up now.
they just like beat up this poor boy
Oh yeah.
and like how he's a simp and stuff. But like
wow.
I don't know, it's hilarious.
I watched like 2 episodes of Clannad, and the only thing I saw get like beat up by a football team or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It's good to know what you think of me.
That's the one. Yeah, it's just the commentary and stuff, like the sarcasm and stuff.
Is that like your favorite kind of comedy? Is just like the sarcasm and stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so probably because it's funny, especially when the character that they're talking to like takes it legit
Yeah.
and just is like so like either hyped about it or like takes it serious and is like, oh yeah, very good point. And it's like the other characters just feeding them all this stuff that isn't true, and like it's just so funny and so dumb because of the other character. I don't know. I think that's the best kind of comedy in my opinion. The sarcastic kind of comedy. And just like I don't know, like where the characters just like trying to like figure stuff out, but like they just do it so dumb. I think it's just dumb humor.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I feel like that would be your kind of comedy.
Yeah, I love it.
I think since anime isn't real people, see, that's a really dumb sentence without the rest of it.
No kidding, Becky.
Since they aren't real people, when you're animating it, you can do a lot more than real people can.
So real people can.
In Clannad, for example, I'm pretty sure there's a scene where like Sunahara jumps on someone, or someone jumps on him, or throws him, or something.
Yeah.
In the way that scene is, you couldn't do that with like when someone jumps really far or does something really like exaggerated. It would be a lot harder to do that in like an actual sitcom.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, obviously.
I mean, yeah, you couldn't throw someone across a room in a real sitcom.
Yeah. I think that kind of like when they do that in like the animation and stuff, the way they make the characters express like the action makes it even better and funnier. And I think those are like the type of things that I really enjoy when it comes to anime, is just the way they like portray the situation. It's just great. It's fantastic. And I love like when they're also like internally thinking and stuff, and like they have like these scenarios playing in their head and like their expressions stuff, and I don't know, it's just great. It's funny, and I think it really just adds on to the humor of it as well. So
yeah, like what? Okay, so then for you guys, what's like the worst comedy show you've seen?
Worse. I probably wouldn't know because I probably wouldn't have like, I don't know.
Like
what worst as in like show we didn't like, or worst as in the comedy was the worst?
Yeah, like the jokes that they kept doing jokes in the show, but it just isn't never funny. It's like you find it like bland, or like it's like this is getting overused or like overrated or something. It can be in any show. It doesn't have to be like specifically just comedy slice of life shows. It can be like within a shonen or something. I don't know.
I do have one. I tried watching this anime. Like the thing is, like, some shows are really funny when you watch them without context. Like when you watch like short clips, or when they have like those compilation videos of like funny scenes.
Yeah.
I find those really funny at times, and like they get me really interested in shows and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, sometimes it's hard to get into it when you actually watch the show. Because like, for example, like there's this show called Nichijou. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so, like,
I tried watching, like, I've seen like the little videos with the funny scenes, and I found them absolutely hilarious. And I was like, wow, this is like really funny and dumb, and like I thought they were really funny. But the thing is, like, I tried watching the show, and like some of the comedy in there is just not really that funny,
right?
And like I found it kind of difficult to actually continue watching the show, because I realized that not the whole show is that funny as those scenes that people like put together, you know?
Yeah.
And it was disappointing, because I was really, really hoping that I'd get into the show and like just start laughing like within the first episode or something, or like stuff like that. But I don't know. I found it actually kind of hard to actually get into it. And I don't know if you guys have seen the show or not, but I don't know. For me personally, I found it kind of hard to get into it.
I've seen like a few clips of it, and they're all like the great clips, like the funny ones.
Yeah.
And then I read, I think, a few chapters of the manga, and I can say from experience, the manga's a lot better than the anime. Because if you're doing comedy, it's a lot easier to portray something, be like a situation slowly getting more and more sort of comical through still images than it is through animation.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that.
The manga's a lot better than the anime.
I can say that I've seen the like first couple episodes because one of my friends are like really into Nichijou and they recommended watching it, and I did watch it, and it's like it's kind of what Maru said, like it's just it has its moments, but it's just like half the show is not really that funny, honestly. It kind of reminds me a lot of like Lucky Star comedy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, there's some references here and there you could get that's pretty funny, but then the rest is kind of like boring to a point where it's like, I don't feel like watching this, or I just can't finish this anymore, because it's just there's no context. It's just like random stuff. But I mean, that's the whole point of Nichijou, because Nichijou in English means everyday life, basically.
Yeah.
So
I thought it meant ordinary life, but same thing.
Oh yeah, something like that, yeah. But I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. But I agree with Maru that it's like, I guess certain people might find it funny, but for me, it's like, I agree with her on that.
It's just kind of hard to get into, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, say your thing.
Ahead.
No, go.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing that it's like other shows that I don't really enjoy watching, and like I don't know, it's like the shows that focus so much on like fan service and have comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I don't really like those shows because like I feel like they're focusing too much on the fan service stuff while trying to be funny at the same time, and I feel like there's no point in that, because it's just like what is the I don't understand that, like what's the point of trying to like put, like I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable, like I can't laugh at the same time while I'm being shown a butt, so it's just kind of awkward. It's for me that kind of like those kind of like shows. We all know which one I'm talking about.
She's talking about Rent a Girlfriend.
No, I was gonna say Konosuba or whatever the fudge is called.
Konosuba, okay, let me tell you this. Konosuba, it's just because the way Aqua and like, I don't know. I can see what you mean, because there are some scenes like when they get eaten up by slimes or something, and they situate something. But Konosuba, and it's like charming. It's like a charming show because of the fact that it's just so dumb. Because I think it's Kazuma for me.
Yeah,
the reason why I like Konosuba is because of Kazuma, because he's a funny guy. He doesn't take shit from anybody.
I think the thing with Konosuba is that the girls are all like, they have their one defining personality trait.
Yeah.
And then Kazuma, his personality trait is, interacting with them. Like, he enables their personalities to be the way they are. So obviously he's the protagonist, he needs to make things the way they are. But since he's not special, like he's a human who got hit by a truck, but he didn't actually
a tractor actually.
That didn't actually.
Oh yeah, tractor.
And that didn't even happen. Like, he died of shock.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think because he's so normal, having him interact with all these like magical people who have these really exaggerated personalities is better than having someone be like, oh, I'm a goddess who was brought into a mortal world by mistake. This is my defining trait.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally get where you're coming from, Maru, because I do admit that Konosuba does have its moments where it's kind of like accentuating stuff, or like kind of over sexualizing some stuff, and to a certain extent that can be kind of funny because it's over the top and stuff like that. Not because of the the sexual reference or anything. It's just the fact that it's just way ridiculous, over the top, and then you have this guy Kazuma that like knocks them down a notch or like scolds them because they're being over the top, and that dynamic is what makes it funny. As opposed to just because they show like oops, I fell, it's like a panty shot, or that kind of stuff. I think that kind of comedy is kind of stupid. I don't like that kind of stuff where they're like, oops, I fell on you, and it's like in this position or whatever, and it's like I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this one show. It's called I can't think of it, where this guy finds like panties in a locker and he doesn't know who it is.
Nani, what?
I thought you've seen it, Maru. Like, and you only saw the first episode, at least.
I think so. Wasn't it like the one where it's like, isn't it where like all the girls have like this like fetish thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I did watch the first episode.
Yeah, I tried.
Very weird.
Yeah, I tried watching it, and it's like it's a comedy slice of life kind of show, and I just couldn't get into it because of the fact that they over sexualize everything in that show, and it does have some points where it's like wholesome and stuff, and it's not really about the MC, and they actually flesh out the other characters, but it just has too much points where it tries to make comedy out of sexualization of the characters and stuff, like a lot of harem shows and stuff that they do. But I think Konosuba is like one of those shows that, even though it does kind of do that a little bit, it does it to the point where it's not
like hardcore.
Well, yeah, it's not that, and it's not for the main character, because you probably noticed that a lot of these comedy comes from the main character interacting with these girls and stuff. But when it comes to Konosuba, it's like Kazuma is the one scolding them for being stupid and stuff, and he basically is like the mom of the group, where he's trying to be responsible and not try to waste their money and stuff, so they don't have to sleep in a freaking cow den or like a horse den or whatever in the hay.
You know what that makes me think of? It makes me feel like you're that guy, and then like everyone else in the servers, like the other kids.
Oh no, yeah. Jay is absolutely a Kazuma of us.
Yeah, dude.
And we're just all like trying not
see,
to.
this is why I love the boy Kazuma as a character. He's so
relate to him.
Yeah, I hashtag relate to this boy. He's my like spirit anime character. Yeah, like him. It's him, and then second is, I think, freaking Subaru in a way.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's probably because of their tracksuits. Honestly, I need to get that tracksuit. Yeah, pretty much.
I could see you being like Rimuru from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Because he's just like with his friends, and one of his friends is gonna get stabbed. He jumps in front, then hates himself. His last words
I don't know.
Like, clear my hard drive.
He's too wholesome. Like Rimuru's too like nice.
Are you saying that you're not nice?
No, like I'm more of a goofy kind of guy, a hyuk kind of guy. But like I don't know, like I totally get where you're coming from, Maru, and yeah, I there are a lot of shows that are like that, and the comedy just doesn't hit at all because it's over sexualizing it, and it's just not funny. But I think Konosuba isn't like that in a way. It's just like you just have to get used to the fact that these characters sometimes
are dumb.
Yeah, they are dumb. They're supposed to be kind of dumb.
They are dumb.
Yeah, they are like over the top and kind of dumb. And it's just the fact that they do these stupid things because of their character is hilarious. Like Megumi, which is like the short explosion girl.
Fire,
yeah. She basically
one of the funniest parts of the show I've seen is when she blows up. I think it's like a Demon King's castle or something.
Oh yeah.
Like she's practicing a spell and she blows up his castle.
Like she does it like every day. And after she uses her explosion, he makes Kazuma pick her up and take her back because she's like exhausted and can't walk anymore.
Like she thinks it's an abandoned castle, so she blows it up, and then the guy shows up one day. He's like, "Who blew up my castle?"
It's great. Dude, that show's funny. Like, sure, it kind of can seem like it's like those other shows, but if you take a closer look, it's actually pretty funny show, in my opinion, at least. So I'd give it another chance.
You've kind of convinced me, so I guess we'll just have to like watch it together or something. So
yeah, we will. We'll see. Like at least 5 episodes. Like that's like the golden rule. Really, is like give a show 5 episodes.
3 episodes.
Well, okay, I don't know, because a lot of shows pick up after like episode 5. From what I've seen, but I don't know. That could be your personal opinion, but for me, it's like 5 episodes.
Second chance to.
I don't know, but like, sure. Yeah, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, I guess that's what my point is. Really, give Konosuba a chance.
What about you, Jay? What sort of comedy do you like? I have a point to make, but I want you to get your stuff up first.
All right. Well, for me, it's like I really like shows like School Rumble. I've actually introduced this show to Maru like this past week, and I think she likes it. Do you like it, Maru?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I like the what is his name? Your favorite character? He's the little the gangster boy or the bad
biker,
boy.
Bad boy,
the biker dude,
the delinquent.
The delinquent. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's best boy. Like he's best boy right there. But like, School Rumble. Have you seen School Rumble, Ducky?
I have not.
Dude, you're missing out a lot.
My only experience with it is your cover of the opening.
Bruh. No, like I recommend it if you. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for me, it felt like it took me a while, like within like the first couple of episodes. But like once you actually get into it, it's pretty funny. So
yeah, it's like it's like one of those shows where it's like it's so dumb and like it's comedy. It's like it's funny because the main heroine of the show, her name is Tenma, and she's kind of a ditz.
Yeah.
Tenma Tsukamoto.
Yeah.
I'm on the wiki now.
Bruh. Of course. But she's hilarious because she's kind of a ditz, and like she wants to get with this other guy who's like doesn't care about anything except for curry and food. So
sounds like me.
Yeah, totally. And it's funny because it's like kind of like a love triangle thing, and she likes him. He doesn't. He likes curry, but the delinquent guy Haruma likes her. So they're chasing after each other basically at that point. And it's just so funny the dynamic that they have in the show, and they do so much stuff. Like especially Tenma, the way she tries to like convey her affection towards the guy who likes curry is like it's hilarious. Like one of the episodes, she thought it was a good idea because she saw it on a TV show to like dress up in this traditional, not kimono, but like I forgot, like archery outfit thing that Japanese people use to practice archery. Archery, and she like ties like these little notes at the end of the bow and just starts shooting at him so he can get the message that I love you on it. And the guy just like nonchalantly just dodges everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bruh.
Like while doing everyday things or whatever he's doing, he just like stretches, he dodges it, then he bends down and he dodges everything, and it's just hilarious. I don't know.
He actually ended up freaking scaring off some robbers at the bank too. And the newspaper.
Yeah, and she's like in the newspaper crying because it didn't work.
Yeah. It was so dumb.
Yeah, it's great. Show, it really is. Like I recommend School Rumble, even though it is a really old show. It's from like I think it was like 2006 or something. It's a really good show. Like really funny. It still holds up even till this day. I think so, at least.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of Yeah, that's the kind of shows I like. That and like shows like Konosuba is pretty funny. Other shows, I guess, can be something like kind of like I don't know, like Welcome to the NHK. That was a pretty funny show. Like I really enjoyed that show just because of the fact that Sato, the main character, is like so dumb, and he's so he just I don't know, he's just so dumb, and socially he's just socially dumb because he's a hikikomori and everything. So shows like that, it's just like hilarious. But like when it comes to like dumb shows, I just don't like shows like Pop Team Epic. It's just I guess because I'm not Japanese, I don't understand the humor. But I like a lot of the Japanese shows actually hit, like the humor hits.
Yeah.
But just I don't know what they were thinking.
I think
thinking it was funny recreating or doing the show twice in different voice actors. I don't know.
I think one of the things with it is as you said, it's Japanese. A lot of the jokes wouldn't translate too well to Western audiences.
Right. I don't know. I feel like for that show, the humor is very. I don't know. It's very because I've noticed that a lot of the like comedy shows in Japan are like some of the humor is like bland because they don't. I don't think they have sarcasm over there. Like it's hard to convey sarcasm. No, like literally, like if you try to be sarcastic with somebody in Japan, like literally, they would not get it at all. Like they could be, huh?
You're gonna go to Japan and do nothing but be sarcastic,
bruh, dude. They'll take you seriously. Like no kidding, they will. If you try to be sarcastic with them, they will not get it at all. They think you're like serious because they're very serious people over there.
Perfect.
But and I think the fact that that's the case is probably why Pop Team Epic isn't as funny as you make it out to be. And I don't see how they can make shows like School Rumble and Konosuba and that kind of stuff. I guess because sexual comedy is like, or like sexualizing comedy is like funny over there as opposed to here. But like normal comedy, just like, I don't know, it does not work over there as much because it's hard to convey like sarcasm through the language that they speak and stuff, especially with how society is over there, and everything's so serious and stuff, so it wouldn't translate very well. I guess that's why a lot of the shows like are like skits and stuff like that. I don't know. It's very fascinating.
I think part of the reason that shows like ReZero or Konosuba have like the comedy they do, or like why they have the jokes that they do, or I'm not sure if ReZero is an example, but like a show with a main character like Kazuma, where since they don't have sarcasm, the main character doesn't have like a sarcastic retort to whatever the like girl does, even though if it's ridiculous. So instead, he just yells at her. I think that's what makes those characters like fun, like their reactions.
Yeah, they're the over top character.
Yeah, because instead of making like a sarcastic remark about them, they just yell at them. They just yell at them for being dumb.
Yeah, I think actually, same with Aho Girl. It's like the guy in that show just yells at her. That show
just laughs at her for being an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think that's their way of comedy, which I think is very, very interesting because it's way different than it is over here, and other Western countries and stuff. Which obviously, it's you can't expect every country to be the same in terms of comedy,
Yeah.
But it's just here, our comedy is more like sarcastic and like forward, and like has to do a lot with like societal issues and stuff like that. And because it's edgy. Relatable, edgy and relatable, so it makes it even funnier. But I don't know, it's just fun. It's just really interesting. But what was the other thing that I don't know? Did you say you wanted to bring up a point, Ducky?
So there are like two shows in which the comedy like it's there, but it doesn't click with me. And it's two kinds of shows. So
Mm-hmm.
the first is like Psyche K, which I think it's a lot like One Punch Man, where they have the main character and they're like, oh, he's really overpowered. You know, Saitama can kill anyone in one punch. Psyche K has these really strong psychic abilities.
Oh yeah, no,
But
sure.
the show is really weird, where no one else in the show is shown to have like really strong abilities. Like in One Punch Man, they have these really strong superheroes. Psyche K, he's a high school student, so it's kind of like Mob Psycho, I guess. But they have these situations, and it's basically just his powers doing the stuff, and then his friends react to it or whatever, and it gets kind of dumb a lot of the time. So I think that's kind of like, it shows that the comedy that works for One Punch Man doesn't always work for other shows.
Like,
Yeah.
why is it so different in terms of One Punch Man? How does it execute like differently?
I think it's because in One Punch Man they have like a linear story, you know, like Saitama wants to be he doesn't so like there are actual villains throughout the whole fighting these villains. There's a storyline. And in Psyche K, it's just him going through his life in high school. It's a lot more like skits. So it's like they've got the concept, but instead of having it go through a story, they've got it going through sketch comedy. And it's not as good. Like, it's not a bad show, but a lot of the time it feels like they're just having him, you know, be really overpowered while his normal people friends react to it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
The other show, or the other kind of comedy I want to bring up that isn't too good, is K-On!, so like moe shows. The characters have like their defining personality traits.
Mm-hmm.
So like someone's shy, someone's really dumb. Everyone has their defining trait, and because of that, they all have recurring jokes related to their characters. And for the first couple of episodes, it's amusing.
Yeah,
but it gets really boring really fast, especially when it's a show that's not 100% comedy.
Right.
So it's you're in the middle of a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're in the middle of a storyline, and then they bring up this really dumb recurring joke about a character.
Oh, which one is it? Because I have seen K-On! Before.
I can't think of like an example, but I think like they're in the middle of a Christmas episode or whatever.
Yeah.
And something comes up which is, you know, not too like... It's a wholesome show, it's a wholesome episode, but something comes up where the characters are talking, and then it just automatically this joke comes in. Like, a lot of the time these recurring jokes are like put into scenes where they make no sense. Like, they'll be having a conversation and then Yui will like do something or say something really dumb to like remind the audience, oh, by the way, she's really stupid.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So like they could be having this 100% serious conversation about like their band or something.
Yeah.
And then Yui will like for some reason just snap into like, oh, what were we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if a joke disrupts the story to a point where a serious scene randomly for like 10 seconds turns to, by the way, he has a joke, I think that's sort of jokes at the expense of a story.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, sometimes some wholesome shows like K-On! Does try to be funny because of the whole moe thing. Because Japan has this whole thing where moe is when a character is trying to be cute, and so they have like this cute characteristics like big eyes, like small hands, and all that kind of stuff, whatever. And they put them in situations where it's like, I guess they're kind of ditzy or they act kind of dumb or like forgetful or something like that, and that's just the character trait to differentiate them from the other characters. And I totally get that it's not funny as I guess for us Westerners, it's not as funny as they think it is. Like, I think a lot of people like K-On! Is for the music as well as the moe in general, because of Yui and the other girls are like You know, they look cute and everything to them. And that's probably one of the reasons why people watch it. I don't know. I've tried watching K-On! I couldn't get into the story. I guess the whole making a band thing was interesting. And I do like how detailed they went into when it came to guitars. But it didn't like focus mainly on music too much. It's mostly just them. Because if you've seen like a show called Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, that is a hardcore music fanatic show. But K-On! Isn't really like that because they don't really focus on the music as much.
They focus more on the characters than on the music.
Yeah. And I mean, that's fine, but they mostly focus it on the characters because they're moe. And that's what sells, I guess, when that show came out.
I think it's the sort of thing where, like, if they're doing, like, comedy, if you have a character who you want their personality to be a joke, you have to either have them that way through the entire show or not at all. Because like having a character randomly become dumb for 20 seconds in the middle of a series doesn't work. I definitely get what you mean where K-On! As a series isn't as enjoyable as something like Beck in terms of music. I don't know if you've seen it or tried watching it, but the movie's very good for K-On! Because in this movie they go on a trip for their graduation where they go to London, and there's this one scene where they get to London where they're like, oh, the taxi of London, the signs of London, and they look up at the sky and they're like, the air of London.
Bruh.
And they're like, they're so excited
of course that's going to be your favorite one.
It's just really like, so it's so dumb, but it shows that like it makes a point where it's like, oh, they're really happy to finally like go somewhere that isn't Japan.
Right.
So I think if a joke makes a point, like even if it's a really hard to like if it's hidden behind the joke, then that's great. Or if the character's entire personality is that joke, that's great. But if you make a character a joke very like for a really short instance, then it doesn't work. Like I hate to get back to it, but The Big Bang Theory for the entire for some reason,
disgusting.
People binge watch that show. I don't know why, but people binge watch that show.
That's
Sheldon's personality in that show is really exaggerated. The entire thing, like they don't make him normal for like most of it. Like he's the way he is for the entire thing, and that's why people seem to like him as a character.
Well,
he doesn't randomly.
Theory for a second. I was like, what?
He doesn't randomly become a smartass at moments in the middle of a scene.
Right.
So I think it's an awful example. But if you're gonna have a character,
it really is, Ducky. Why'd you even bring it up?
If you're gonna give a character a defining trait, they need to have that trait all the time.
Like make it consistent.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of comedy shows fall off.
Yeah.
Like trying to mix a storyline with comedy when the storyline isn't all that funny isn't a good thing.
Well, not only that, I mean, the storyline doesn't have to, like, I don't know, like, for example, Clannad, like, the storyline is sad, but yet it has, like, it's comedic moments, you know, and I think it's a pretty nice mixture.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's a very nice combination because it doesn't force the comedy, and but at the same time, it's like it has its moments where it's serious and stuff. It's just a very nice balance, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of shows that are kind of comedic, but not fully comedic. But they have their little moments. Another pretty good shows. I mean, there's Umaru-chan.
Oh yeah, speaking of Umaru, I kind of wanted to bring up the fact that there are shows that kind of like Umaru and Nozuki-san, or what was it called?
Nozaki. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
No. What was that one girl? You know that girl, the controversial anime girl with the bus?
Uzaki-chan.
Yeah,
Uzaki or something like that. Uzaki.
It was Uzaki.
Uzaki-chan wants
the
to
silver
hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, the silver-haired girl.
Uzaki kind of wants
Short.
to hang out.
Yeah, the very annoying one. But yeah, have you noticed that that's becoming a trend in terms of like comedy? Is like, they're trying to
And a really annoying girl.
yeah, and the next one is actually gonna come. There's another show that's gonna come out like later this year. She's like a tan girl with like a little fang on her mouth and stuff.
Oh,
But she always shows up on Instagram, like always on every meme channel.
Dude, I swear I've seen it so much too.
Yeah. But that's becoming a trend now. It's like they just introduce this annoying character to annoy a protagonist or annoy somebody all the time. Like for example, Umaru would be his older brother, Uzaki or whatever her name, whatever, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She annoys his senpai or whatever, and same with the new girl that's gonna come out in stores.
I can't remember her name.
In the fall.
In stores.
Yeah, meaning I don't remember. I haven't even picked up the manga or anything, but apparently it's kind of the same. She has kind of the same personality where she just teases him, the protagonist or something. And then there's another one. I guess I don't know about Watamote because I feel like a lot of people say that Watamote is kind of or Tomoki is kind of annoying because of her personality. Really? But I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think she's the annoying type of character. She's more of like the edgy kind of character.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to fit in and stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could kind of call her annoying when if it's like the scenes with her brother. But aside from that, it's not. I guess it doesn't really count. But I've seen people saying that she is with part of that kind of comedy group in terms of anime shows. But I don't know. It's kind of iffy.
I don't see it.
But
I would say no to that one because I don't know. With her, I feel like it's just different because she's not annoying anyone. It's more of her trying to figure out things kind of not completely on her own, but she's trying to kind of better understand why people are the way they are and why people like those kind of people so much, Well,
you're making it sound so philosophical. Like Tomoko is so philosophical. It's like, I wonder why these people are the way they are. Dude, she's not like that. The reality is that she's like a trash weeb, just like
I know, but I mean that's not what God damn it. It's not what I meant. I meant it in the way of when you think about it, she is trying to she in a way she is trying to understand why why people get popular and stuff like that and why she's people boys don't want to talk to her and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes to her little voice actor voice and stuff. Her little what's it called?
Seiyu?
Is it? It's what she listens to and stuff.
Oh, the audio drama.
Yeah, that.
She Desire's younger stories.
Yeah.
No, actually, yes. Actually, yeah, because in the show, she actually listens to Yandere boy abusive boyfriend audio drama.
No.
Yeah, dead serious, dude. Look it up. There's a scene.
It's great. Oh my god.
Is that what makes you want to do that?
You know what you should do, Jay? You should take that scene, but cut off that the audio for that, and just put yours.
Bruh. Dude, I really want to do that now.
Dude, I'll do the voice acting if you can't cut it out. I don't care. I'll do it.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm working on that though. I'm working on that voice acting for her.
All right. I'll keep you I'll keep you to it then.
Okay, great. Awesome. But you should though. That'd be fantastic. I think people will love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That show for sure though, I don't think she's the type of annoying character that annoys anyone. Yeah, maybe she'll ask her brother and stuff and be like, "Ooh, today I look cute" and stuff like that. And he gets annoyed and stuff and things like that. But in reality, she's just like this kind of edgy weeb character who hates everyone. And God, I just love her. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
She kind of just reminds me of myself when I was in like middle school, bro.
Bruh.
I was like, I don't know. It's just such a good show, honestly. I really do like that one. I think that one's peak comedy. I
Yeah.
would say.
I can agree with that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I can see that. Like, so I don't know how people get the whole thing. Okay, Watamote is part of this group of shows. I can't see it. I can see Umaru being the case because she is kind of annoying. She's very whiny and stuff to her older brother. So that's and the majority of the show is just her being kind of annoying and stuff and whining about
so
not getting her potato chippies.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought you were still talking about Washimo. Sorry, that is a thing for yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a couple episodes of that back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in my days.
Wow.
Bruh.
Before I could afford Crunchyroll when I was using a free trial.
Oof.
Crunchyroll with ads is unbearable.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. But
it's a good show though.
Yeah, and I have to say that probably the worst out of all of them would be Uzaki san.
Chan wants to hang out.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I've never seen it. I just
like, dude, I did see like the first 3 episodes of that show, and I just could not get through it that much. I don't see how people like it. Like, she's like, I guess the whole point of the show is her being annoying, and that's her charm. But for me, it's like she's annoying in a very negative way, not a cute way or nothing like that. She's just annoying flat out, and it doesn't help that the voice actor in the English dub is Monica Rial, who does the voice of Bulma and stuff, and her voice for her is like really bad and like annoying, and I guess they picked the right voice actor if they wanted to annoy the audience, but it just did not fit at all. And I don't know, I did not like that show one bit. If I had to rate it on my anime list, I'd give it like a 2 out of 10. Just because of...
You'll give it half of 1 star.
Yeah. Just because of how bad I don't like the premise of the show. I'd say at least Umaru is funny because she's like...
There's no reason.
Yeah, she's just very...
Is.
Yeah, she's just over the top annoying, but not to an extent where Uzaki is like... I don't know. If that makes it doesn't make any sense, but it's just, I don't know.
No, it's understandable, I think.
Is it like the entire point of Uzaki that she's annoying though?
Yeah. That's. I mean, it's in the title of the show. Uzaki, if I remember correctly,
she's bothering someone.
Well, the thing is that if I remember correctly, the name, her name itself, the character's name, it has the character of annoying in Japanese.
Right. Yeah.
So her whole character is based on her being annoying and stuff, and it's so dumb.
Umaru's character is about her being like a complete slob when she's at home.
Yeah, but it's not like she's not over. I guess sometimes she can be over the top annoying.
I was gonna say, I was like, why are you calling me out?
The point of the show is her interaction with someone and not her annoying someone.
I guess so. I don't know. Like I can't explain it.
Uzaki's entire thing is being annoying. Umaru's entire thing is her brother and her trying to somehow live peacefully while she's being really demanding.
Yeah, I guess for Umaru, she's more of a realistic character because some people are like that. Maru.
I was like, is he coffee? Are you okay?
No, but some people are like that, so it's very relatable. But in terms of Uzaki, there's no way somebody can be that annoying, like to that extent. Because if I was like the guy that was being bothered by her, I'd flip out. I'd be like, dude, just leave me alone. Don't talk to me, and that kind of stuff. But I don't
Well,
know.
I'm glad I'm not like her.
Bruh. But yeah, there's just this whole genre of those characters now, and I've been seeing them more and more lately. Although the newest one, I think, as far as the newest one, is probably like haven't been in the mainstream yet. But the latest one that is gonna come out is that one tan girl. I don't even know.
I like how that's what you gave her name. Like,
Well,
that's her name now.
It's hard to remember her name before the show starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. Well, the thing is, I've seen the the screenshots on Instagram and everything, but like I just never actually read the manga or like bothered to look up what this was. But I guess when the show comes out, we'll see how annoying this character is, if it's as bad as Uzaki. I hope it's not, because then it becomes one of those shows again that's just unbearable to watch. But I don't know.
I don't know. The character, I've seen the character, and she looks like she would be like, I don't know. She looks like she would be like the sly, kind of sneaky character.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I get from her character design and stuff. The little look that she has on her face kind of gives me that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely looks kind of like somewhere between Uzaki and Dumori. Like,
in a way,
that's how I sort of perceived it anyway. I don't think she looks as annoying as Uzaki, but she definitely looks more hyperactive than Umori.
Yeah, she's up there. I can tell you that for sure.
I do have one recommendation for people who want to get into like comedy, kind of romantic, kind of sweet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's called My Love Story.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good
one.
one.
It has very comedic stuff. Yeah, it has some comedy in it, and it's very cute and very sweet. And like, it's not like, I don't know. It has some like little tug at your heart moments.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I like it because it's just very cute. The two characters and stuff, and all of the characters and the friend. It's just very interesting story, and I don't know if you like I said, if you like romance kind of sweet stories with comedy, then I definitely recommend My Love Story. It's very cute for sure.
It's a very interesting show.
It's very wholesome for sure. It's very sweet, I think.
Yeah. I just recommend School Rumble in general. Just watch School Rumble. You won't regret it. It's funny.
Yeah, and Watamote.
Yeah.
My personal comedy recommendation is Aho Girl.
Aho Girl.
I see a lot of myself in her, because there's a scene where she does really bad on a test. And the guys are like, I mean, you get your grades up, but in the middle of him like screaming at her for her bad grades, she just turns to him and like confesses her love for him.
What?
Of course.
I think she's a really amusing character. Yeah, that's my comedy recommendation.
Fantastic, thanks.
That, and it's a show where the beach episode is like the best kind of like accidental sexual fan service at a beach, where they don't wear bikinis. No, they bury each other in sand and give each other massive like male genitalia made out of sand.
Bruh.
Hey Jay, I know what we're doing the next time we go to the beach.
Wow.
That's great, thanks. Now I have something on my bucket list. And I'm just kidding.
But anyway, I think that's it for today. Ducky, would you like to do the honors as always?
Okay. Does anyone have any last remarks first, or
comedy is best?
Okay.
Sort of. I mean, it depends. Actually, I might take that back. I don't know.
You said it now. You can't take it back.
Comedy is the best. Put your humor to the test.
Hey, gang. Dropping them sick beats for them.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Anipop podcast. Let us know your thoughts on comedy by getting in touch with us on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter, and Shazabuma Facebook. Email us at anipop.podcast@gmail.com, or if you're on YouTube, there is a comment section.
Yeah.
You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, pretty much anything that has podcasts on it.
Wow.
Join us next week. We will be talking about ongoing shows for this sort of season, or ongoing shows overall that we've been
For
watching.
this season.
I mean, yeah, overall ongoing shows. Check it out. That'll be February 27th.
Yeah. And I
Bye.
think that's it. So, wow, you just like, bye.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.